Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and in this video, as you can see based upon the spread in front of me, we will be going through all of my photocard collection, and I will see if I can discuss the things that have happened in 2022 and also walk you through my collection goals if I happen to have any. So there are 4 A4 binders in the back, and these are the ones that fit the large 9 pocket pages. I have one A5 binder over here that fits 4 photocards per page. This collect book fits 2, and these 2 collect books fit 1 photocard per page. So as you can see, I have a pretty varied spread of collecting styles, and I'm pretty sure I have over 720 photocards at this point. Let's see if I can take you through them within a reasonable amount of time, and then we can also do some little discussions on the side as well. So this binder here is, I'm pretty sure, a 2-inch or 1.5-inch binder, and as you can see based on the cover, I have some Jinrock Astro on the side, this giant ateez collage, some Stray Kids stickers, and an sf9 Daewon freebie. The back is also decorated with Astro's Jinrock items, but this binder does not have any Stray Kids, sf9, or ateez. I made this collage / spread a while back before I decided to split up my collections into separate binders, and so it's kind of obsolete now, but I really do like the cover, and my ateez collection is in a small collect book, so I don't really have a chance to decorate that. So I thought that a spread like this would be nice enough for the time being. Opening up here, you see that the first couple of pages are my Infinite collection. This is a collection, as I mentioned before, that does not really move. They are my first main group that I got into, and this Infinite Reality set over here is my first complete OT7 set. Throughout my collecting years, I did actually complete a couple more sets. I completed their Paradise photo cards. I think they're Man in Love postcards, of which I don't have any anymore. And they also completed Infinite F's entire mini album photocard set, which is also 9 photocards. Unfortunately, I dropped those collections a while back, and I do actually really miss those collections. I had a really good time collecting Infinite, but that was a different situation because it was mostly just buying. Right now, Infinite isn't really releasing music as a group. I do try to collect their solos when I can, but until they have a full group comeback, we'll see how I feel about collecting them again. Right now, it's more of a buy one album and just stick with whatever pulls I get. So this next collection over here is my Astro collection. If you've watched any of my recent videos, you'll probably notice that this is the collection that I am the most gung-ho about downsizing. I like my collection the way it is right now, especially this, this one Uno page I worked pretty hard on, and as you can see, I do have some higher value album photocards here, including basically everything but these 2 in the bottom corner, because these 2 are from their newer eras. But I haven't collected them recently. I don't think I'll continue collecting them. But I did see that they all most of them renewed their contracts, except MJ and Rocky. And that news came out today when I actually filmed this video, so we'll see what happens with them. I do hope they continue making music because I do have a very soft spot in my heart for them. I just don't have the time, nor mental capacity, nor money to collect them. My next collection is my Ace June collection. He is kicking it in the military right now. All of them are just kind of chilling and doing their own thing in there, so we're not going to have any news from them in a while. But I'm happy with the sizes of this collection because it's just 18 photocards, so there's really not much room for downsizing. I do have an extra Chan photocard, but that is because this is my favorite pre-order set from them because it is vampire themed. I'm still looking for June's. I don't think I'll find it because they're notoriously expensive, and I got very lucky with this Chan PC. But I will count my blessings and still look for it while I can. And then these groups are my miscellaneous groups. They don't count as groups that I collect, but I do keep them for sentimental value. Back here is my Astro large inclusions section, which I will very quickly flip through. Not many people collect large inclusions. Large inclusions are actually my favorite, just because you can have a lot of fun storing them and displaying them like this. But I do see why people wouldn't be interested, especially if they only have 9 pocket pages. So that is for this miscellaneous binder, and I will move on to the next biggest binder by size, which is my sf9 binder. So this is my sf9 binder here, and this is probably one of my bigger group collections. I think my sf9 collection is the second largest collection I have after my pentagon one. And as you can kind of see from this first little pocket here, these are all of my freebies or other inclusions that don't really fit in a binder like this. So freebie stickers, stickers from their actual album, PC freebies, sticker freebies, and a bunch of merch that I received at the concerts. So either freebies like these or purchased items like these 2 keychains. This was a freebie up here. More freebies because Fantasy are hella generous. And freebies from my friend to start off my actual collection. So I was very lucky to see sf9 this year, and out of my 4 top groups, so Infinite is actually like my number 1 group of all time, but my love for them is a little different now because they've been around for so long, so they're more of a back burner sort of group. But in terms of the groups that I actively collect and follow in terms of their like daily happenings and their promotion cycles, it would have to be Pentagon, SF9, Golden Child, and CIX in that order. So I am very proud to say that out of those 4 groups, I have seen 3 out of 4. So I saw SF9 once, I saw Golden Child twice, and I saw CIX twice live in the last year through concerts. Unfortunately, Pentagon is the only one that I haven't seen yet, but that is a conversation for when I get to my Pentagon binders. As you can see, there's really no rhyme or reason with the way that this binder is organized aside from me trying to go in era order, but because I kind of freely collect OT9, I do just mix up whatever photo cards that I get. So I know that this format is not going to last long because I think I have 4 older era photo cards coming in, so all these have to be moved over into these pages and essentially become spillover. But I am incredibly happy with this collection. This has to be one of my favorite collections just because I worked really hard on either buying the photo cards outright through fan sign attempts or even just creatively trading. I traded a lot for SF9, and I think I have over 150 photo cards from them, including their season's greetings, which I think might be kind of a cop-out. But I am also getting their season's greetings and fan kit photo cards coming in soon. So even though I had a collection goal in the beginning of the year to only do album photo cards for them, that went out the window because I have, their season's greetings, which I really love conceptually. I haven't received their season's greetings yet for 2023. I do admit to not really liking the concept as much, but it's OT9, and I am a sucker for OT9, so I do try to get my hands on it whenever I can. But we will see what it looks like when it comes in. I know it'll probably come next week, so I might do an unboxing. But this is a hella large collection, one that I'm very happy with. And I know I actually tried to set some limits for my collecting goals next year, but for SF9, they just might be a group that I try to get everything for, minus merch like photo books. For the time being, let me move on to my Golden Child binder. This is my golcha binder, and as you can see with the cover, it is basically decorated with a bunch of official merch like their Everline postcards, Take a Leap, other large inclusions as such, and just a bunch of freebies that my friends have sent me, including this washi tape that I kind of just took apart from her package and stuck onto here. I'm really happy with this cover because most of these freebies are from friends, and I can actually, I can reference which friend these are from. So I just think it's a really sentimental journey because Golcha was one of the groups that I mostly got into because my friends were into them. So it's kind of like a peer pressure group for me, but I'm glad that the love has remained true and strong. These are my snapshot Polaroids from their concert, which I'm not going to show. And here is a poster from one of their concerts as well. This is from the second round. So very quickly you can see that I actually store all of my golcha PCs in these matte black penny sleeves. They're not really penny sleeves, they're a little thicker than that. But that is because I have a bunch of those sleeves and I think they're too nice of a quality to use in trades and sales. So I just kind of threw my golcha PCs in there. It does make it a little difficult to ascertain which era some photocards are from, but aside from that, I think it makes a very cohesive and good looking binder. I do want to talk about this page for a second because this is actually one of my favorite spreads in probably my entire collection, just because it's pink seunghun and then Juchan. I did say I wasn't going to collect aura, but pre-order benefits and regular compact cards were super cheap, and I pulled this seunghun from the the photo book version, so I think it's just fate that I just had to go after the rest of the cards when I can. This is my miscellaneous page, and this is the one OT10 set that I'm trying to complete. I have tags photo cards, so I am 3 out of 10 on the way there. It's gonna be an uphill battle though. And here is my large inclusion section, of which I always notice that seunghun is out of place and I never fixed it until now. I am trying to collect the OT10 Game Changer cards. I really like them. I am so into them. And I wish that people sold them on sets as Mercari, but I don't see anything even on Mercari Japan. Like, people selling these are trying to sell them with their photo cards. But I literally just want these transparent cards because I think they're so cool. I think I'm halfway there though. One of my friends sent me a bunch in a trade. Yep, I'm about halfway. I was really lucky to be able to see golcha twice this year because they came back to tour twice, which is incredibly surprising. Moving forward, I think seunghun is enlisting next year, but aside from that, I think I will continue to collect their stuff, but I think it'll be based on their music. So something with golcha that I noticed is that they actually don't have any dedicated Twitter fan bases that actively update fans with translations or schedules and stuff like that. So because of that, it's kind of hard to keep up with them and what they're actually doing because I don't speak Korean. So it's hard for me to find out what type of activities they have and what variety shows are going on, which makes it a little more tedious as a fan. So everything that I found out, or every variety show that I've watched of them, has actually been recommended by someone else, or I found through my own YouTube recommendations. So I think, not that there's like a disconnect between me and golcha, I do really like them, but I think the appreciation is not as strong as with my alt groups, which makes sense. We all connect to our groups differently. So even though I have a pretty extensive collection for them, I'm not really sure how it's going to look in the future. I don't really get any, I don't want to say I don't get any joy out of collecting their pre-order benefits, but I think subconsciously, because I know that their pre-order benefits sell for so cheap in the aftermarket, like people are joining group orders for the pre-order benefits, plus album inclusions, plus EMS, plus domestic. And I think that probably comes out to be like maybe $18 per order after the fact. So it's kind of expensive considering I do see a lot of group order managers sell the pre-order benefits and the fan and the regular album photo cards for really cheap after the fact. So just in terms of collecting, I think I don't want to say I've hit my cap, but I think I'm just going to take their collection really slow and not buy out of pocket. Most of my collection was through trades. I keep an expense spreadsheet, and it looks like I didn't really spend much on my golcha collection. I think the biggest actual expense were the bulk of Jaehyun albums that I bought a while back, and the concerts. So aside from that, I'm just not really, I don't want to say I'm not motivated to finish their collections, but I'm just going to take it slow and see where 2023 takes me. I didn't buy their season's greetings because I'm not interested in that concept. And I think for someone like me who collects multiple large groups, like I collect Pentagon, sf9, and golcha, and I technically collect 3 golcha members, it's kind of difficult, but that's like a self-imposed problem. But I think that moving forward, the same way I approached Aura is that I'm only going to buy it if I think that the music is good and it's something that I would consider, really bopping to. I really like Golcha's trilogy. I think that is their top tier in terms of music. Dam Daddy is really good. Their Take a Leap album is super good too, but I think just recently Aura and Dara were just not my favorites. But until then, I'm just gonna take it slow. I don't want to be caught up in the appeal of cheap photocard sets that I see on Mercari, because just because they're cheap on there kind of means that I'm not going to be able to sell them after the fact if I do choose to downsize my collection. This is my 3rd largest collection, and even though it's actually like not that much volume wise, I think I have just over like 120 photocards for them. I do kind of get a little nervous when I think about downsizing them, so I think in the future I will just take it slow for them and, do music over fandom loyalty than anything else. Up next is my Pentagon binder, and out of the, nothing on the back, oops. And out of the 4 groups I actively stan, in order, Pentagon, sf9, golcha, and CIX, they are the only group who I haven't seen this year. And that makes me very sad because I am so ready for them to go on a concert. I'm sure at this point everyone knows that Hui is a contestant on that survival show. I don't want to talk about it. It's pretty, okay, I guess I'm going to talk about it. For the most part, it's pretty upsetting as a fan to see him go through that. The first episode hasn't even aired yet, so I don't even know what is going to come out of it. But just in terms of being a fan and seeing a dude who just came out of the military and has produced for other produce / survival type shows and be a mentor, and I think he's been on 4 total survival shows as a contestant. Seeing him go through that again, even if it's his choice, is kind of shocking. And it's a little demoralizing as a fan because their contracts are expiring soon. They are in just about their 7th year. So their contracts are up in October, but because they did that pre-debut show, I'm not sure if their contracts are up even earlier, because Astro just renewed their contracts. Most of Astro renewed their contracts, and they debuted a couple months before Pentagon. So that is a thing. I was deluding myself in saying that I would only do a couple of fan signs for Pentagon's next comeback and then dedicate my time / money into being a groupie for their concert if they ever do come to the US for concerts. I definitely anticipated on doing multiple stops, but that doesn't look like an option anymore. Because if Hui gets into the show, he's already in the show. If he gets into the final group, that's going to be another 2-year-ish contract that he'll be away from Pentagon. And yes, I will absolutely see the rest of them, in concert, but it just seems more and more unlikely that they'll come to the US. And I hope I'm wrong. Let me just flip this again while I keep talking. I really hope that I'm wrong and that they do continue to have group comebacks without him, but seeing as though we waited throughout all of 2022 under the assumption that we only had one comeback this year because everyone was waiting for him to come back for Hui to produce another song, it's just kind of like nothing makes sense. Like why would Hui choose to do that, and why would Cube greenlight it? A lot of people are saying it's because Pentagon needs more name recognition. But how will Hui going on that project help them with name recognition if he's going to be gone for another 2 years, and if the rest of the members are just going to kind of go through contract renewals by themselves? They're a 6-year-old group, It's not like Uptension, who kind of fell into obscurity, or the TOO members who are trying to get another fighting chance to debut. He's been out and about for 6 years. He is one of the biggest producers. He has produced for so many big artists. He produced for 101 and even the other, the season after. I think it was like X1 or something. I wasn't around for that. But I don't know what he's doing. I want to support him, but emotionally I'm just kind of like, this sucks. Being a universe is so hard sometimes, and I know it should just be a hobby, but like, yo, you kind of take this stuff personally after a while. Like, Hui is in their season's greetings, and then they decided to just send him off to do a survival show. Just does not sit right with me. But I digress. I'm glad we got Kino's solo last year in that little in-between, so I got to save a little money then. But maybe I'll actually start talking about my collection now instead of venting about why it hurts and why it's hard to be a universe, because it is so trying. So this collection is actually one of my proudest collections as well. Aside from buying the initial Yeon and Hongsok PCs from when I first started collecting Pentagon, the rest of these photo cards you see here are all traded. That is right. I completed multiple eras just based off of trading because I had so many extra Invite You photo cards. I have completed Siwon and Hongsok's Thumbs Up, Summer, and the Black Hole photo cards. I finished Yeon's as well. His is back here. And I am so close to finishing his entire album photo card collection, but I am missing one. And I do see it on sale every now and then, but it's expensive, and I don't want to pay that price because I do think that it's a little bit above market price. And let's be honest, I have been waiting for this photo card. I've been looking for it for about 2 years. And I feel like at this point, if I've already been waiting for so long, what's another couple of months? I'm not in a hurry to finish a collection because I have gotten used to this just being a placeholder. And then for Kino's, I am waiting for his positive photo card as well. I don't want to spend over like $9 US shipped for one of these cards. Oh, even 9 is kind of high. I want to go over 7, honestly. But I'm just picky, honestly. That is my shortcoming as a photo card collector. I'm not picky about condition. I'm just picky about prices. I don't collect Yanan anymore. I've considered honestly downsizing his, Hongsok's, and Siwon's photo cards. But this is a really nice 9-pocket page, and I'm only 3 photo cards away from finishing Hongsok's entire album photo card collection. So part of me is like, do I want to finish that, or do I just want to call it quits? Because it's not like those photo cards are hard to find, they're just expensive. And part of me also feels bad about dropping his collection because of everything he was going on in the military. And just looking in terms of collecting goals, I'm not driven to finish his collection, but it feels like a bad time to downsize. And I'll be honest, the only reason I do want to downsize is just for the sake of space and for the sake of me not giving myself a headache thinking about completing their collection. But I love Hongsok's photo cards. Like, these two have got to be some of my favorite photo cards ever. So I don't know, it's a weird situation because I am collecting him out of love. It's just those last 3 photo cards are kind of annoying me. And I do just kind of want to call it quits. But technically I'm allowed to call it quits without thinking about selling my collection. So I need to find a nice medium for that. I do need to think about my collecting goals as well. So this is Kino's entire Pose collection. Pre-order benefits back here. Album photo cards and PVCs up in front. I didn't really match the backs up or anything. I just kind of sorted everything according to aesthetic. So dark, close selfie, pink, PVC. Pre-order benefits in order of which they were released. So I do need to think about my collecting goals for Pentagon in the future as well. Pentagon, I am thinking of, once again, they are my alt group in terms of active boy groups now. So I think if they do fingers crossed and knock on wood, if they do any future group comebacks or even just unit debuts or solo debuts, I'm probably going to do album cards for all of them. So I'll do a full set of album cards, and then maybe only pre-order benefits from the GOs that I personally host. I did buy their season's greetings and I hosted a group order for them, but I sold off most of the inclusions because shipping is a little expensive and I wanted to use that money to buy shipping supplies so I don't put that on my GO joiners. So I actually I have some of their older season's greetings here. I think this is, one of them is the actual album season's greetings card and the other are pre-order benefits. These are the pre-order benefits. So as you can see, I do sort everything based on color, but these are for the older eras that I didn't really collect for, so I just kind of sort them willy-nilly. When it comes to album cards and pre-order benefits that I open for, I actually do sort them, and you can probably see that in my next clip where I go through my Invite You binder. But I am really happy with this collection. I love this collection so much. Most of these pre-order benefits were probably, I think 50-50, actually. I think 70% of these were traded and 30% were purchased. But I love this collection. I love how personal it is to me because it's color-coded. Like, regardless of if someone else has the same cards as me, which is a pretty small chance because I collect so many random members. But no one else's collection is going to look like mine because I have everything so specific. And my friends always tease me and threaten to fight me because they don't like how I sort based on color. But it's so... this really is like such a personal collection to me. And I do kind of like the hassle of getting a new photocard and thinking to myself, oh dip, how am I supposed to sort it when it is another blue photocard but I already have a full page of blue things? For example, this probably does not fit in the blue page, but he's got a blue wall behind him. And I ran out of space for my pink pages. So technically this would probably look better in the middle here, but this is too overwhelmingly pink to put on any other page. So I will commit to what is there. Actually, I wonder if I can put this over. Hold up. See, sometimes it's nice to just talk things out loud because sitting and looking through my binder, which I honestly do pretty often because I'm such an active collector, I do flip through my binders pretty often just to see how far that I've come in terms of just collecting. Yeah, that'll work. Excuse the shot of my arm, but look at this. I could be happy with this. So see, this is one of the perks of collecting based on color because it's just kind of like, it is pandemonium. I am looking for some Yanan's Weath photo cards because they're so colorful, like this one. Okay, so technically this one isn't colorful because it's just all gray. But there is a certain vibrancy that this photo card has that the others don't. And this is one of my favorite seunghun photo cards because it's a bright yellow background. And that's just so fun. Yes, so this is my older era photo card collection. Let me go through my Invite You binder, which is all photo cards from Invite You era. I put it into an A5 binder here, and I actually, funny story, I had so many extra albums from running so many group orders, and I literally found an extra Invite You album just in my car trunk. I was cleaning it out and it was underneath a sweater, and I'm usually like a pretty neat person. So unearthing a sweater, which is usually there for emergencies in case they do get cold, it's like a, like a just in case type thing. But finding another album when I'm pretty sure I either sold all of them or gave them all away was kind of humbling. It was very interesting to see because I was like, oh great, we are giving myself the problems that I had back in March. But this is another binder that I'm really happy with. This is the first era that I consistently collected them. So in terms of the pre-order benefits sites here, I sorted them just based on order in which they opened, and all of the OT8 sets here are the ones that I actually opened group orders for. Unluckily for me, it looks like they repeated these outfits. So these are their music video outfits, and tell me that these aren't very similar. Sorting this was a nightmare because I was like, oh my god, what if I get something wrong? Like, look at how similar those are. But yes, I did a bunch of group orders for this era. I do want to do more in the future because I wanted to meet Hui and I wanted to meet Yowon. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm still doing group orders for them because I opened a pretty big group order for their season's greetings. And I had nearly double the amount of joiners I had for my season's greetings last year, which is a really nice feeling. This is an empty page because I'm trying to sell off all of my MakeStar PCs. And these are my miscellaneously collected / purchased photo cards, and this one was gifted to me by a friend. I am waiting for his lucky draw here as well, which is also coming in from a friend. But yes, this is my Invite You album collection and my ring collection back here because these are also released when the era was concluding. Very happy with this collection. This collection, I'm pretty sure, has like 80 photo cards. Just this one here. And when I do think about downsizing, you know, it makes the most sense for Pentagon to be the group that gets downsized because I have over 300 photo cards of them. But like I mentioned before, their collection to me is just so personal. I love every card that I have, and even the cards that I don't have, or even the cards that I don't like, they're part of a set, which I am reluctant to break up. So like I would probably downsize this ring PC collection and sell it with the ring. But I also don't want to because I opened this group order and I am emotionally attached to the fact that I opened that group order. I put in a lot of work into Pentagon as like a fan and as a group order manager who helps other fans get the cards that they want. So I like seeing the results of my efforts here. Even though some of the, like, I could probably sell off this entire album photo card set and like not feel too bad about it, but because I opened for it, I don't want to anymore, which is silly. Like, why am I attaching emotional connections to photo cards? But that's just the problem of being a collector, honestly. I want to see Pentagon in concert. They are the main group that I stan that I haven't seen yet. At this point, I'm just kind of like, should I be an idiot and just fly to another country to see them? Absolutely not. It's a very short-lived fantasy and thought, but like, I would rather see them in my home country, really. But I'm excited to see their future. So my next two ones are tiny collect books. I'll go through my miscellaneous ones. So this is my ateez collect book and miscellaneous groups here. I collect Yosang and I love all these photo cards, and I finally downsized to a size that I'm comfortable with. I don't want to go any smaller than what I have now. I do have a Wooyoung and Hongjung photo card each because they are kind of my bias wreckers. I don't really pay attention to them outside of Yosang, but you know, very happy with my collection. Don't really want to downsize it even more. I would like to get more of his blonde photo cards, but those seem to be getting more expensive for some reason, and I'm not about that. This is my mini on and off collection. I did have their storage of on and off photo card and diary, but I'm not interested in collecting them further, and the more I think about it, the more expensive that diary actually was. So I am in the process of trying to sell it, and I am selling it with full inclusion, so it should go hopefully pretty fast, or to someone who at least takes care of it. And back here is my only one-of collection. They are touring soon, and I am excited to try to see them. I do have VVIP for Studio Pav, so hopefully I get early access because it's a new account. And I haven't been collecting only one of at all. I know they've been dropping like single releases recently. And I think, honestly, that's a great promotional tactic. I do kind of wish that Pentagon would take that route. Because even if it's like a platform album, like Kino's recent album or release, I think it's a good way to stay relevant and just, honestly, based off of their MV quality. Wasn't that expensive to produce, and the music making is mostly through the members themselves, and because Pentagon also self-produces, I think that it's not a bad tactic, especially when Hui might be inactive and Yanan and Hongsok are going to be inactive a little more too. I digress. I don't collect only one of. I don't think I will continue collecting. I never actually chose a bias, so even though you see a lot of 9 photocards here, he's not really my bias. He's just the person that I put down in claims. I don't pay attention to them much anymore. But maybe their concerts will bring me back to that stan life for them. And this is my CIX collection. I was super lucky in that I saw CIX twice. One for an actual concert and one for an exhibition, which was free. And this is actually my only complete album photocard collection for any idol who I stan. So I am 1 photocard away from completing Yoon's, but Seunghun I actually fully completed. I think that's the benefit of standing a group that debuted in 2019, because their cards are kind of a lot, because they kind of debuted during the pre-order benefit era. They are coming to the US again. They haven't dropped tickets yet, which is a little annoying. They haven't dropped tier information or even like venue information, which can be kind of stressful, but I am considering going to 2 stops this time because there's another stop that's maybe like a 3-hour drive away, and I can do that for a night. It's fine. This is my entire seunghun collection with my 1 Hyunsuk photocard. I love this photocard. I don't want to get rid of it. I did say that I was only going to collect album photocards for CIX and maybe just all album versions, so this should be a small collection. This is around 30 something cards, I think. Oh, let me go through my collecting goals. Ateez, I'm not collecting anymore. On and off, I'm not collecting anymore. Only one of, I am also not collecting anymore, but their concert may change that. Let us see. For CIX, I am doing album photocards only, but if a group order manager is selling or is opening a group order for an album with POBs and with free EMS or any sort of like drastic discount like that, I'll get the POBs, that's fine, and I'll just sell them on their own after. But just for the sake of collecting goals, albums only, maybe all versions. No more jewel cases. I'm not too into jewel cases anymore. And no fan kits, no season's greetings, no other merch like that. I do try to follow CIX, but I am mostly in it for seunghun. So we'll see how that takes me. And then for Pentagon, I'm doing all album cards, all merch that gets dropped. Every album version, if they don't do jewel cases, if they do individual member jewel cases, only if I open a group order for that and there are like pre-order benefits and a lot of people opt for pre-order benefits only, will I decide to keep the jewel cases and the pieces that come from it. So Pentagon, all album versions, all album cards, maybe jewel cases. Merch is dependent on if I open the group order for it, so Season's Greetings, I didn't keep any of the photo cards aside from Kino's set, and it will have his pre-order benefit as well. But photo book stuff, like fan kit stuff, maybe not. Definitely not fan kit. I might do like photo books and other merch like that. If they drop another collab like they did with Charms where they released photo cards with that, honestly, as I'm going through this entire collection, I just kind of realized I don't want to say I'm over the photo card game, but it's almost exhausting how many are released. So these are the 2 photo cards that came with a Charms shirt. If I open a group order for any collab like that again, I'm not going to collect the photo cards, but if I can, receive a photo card, fine. So that's basically it for them. Solos, yes. Albums, yes. Pre-order benefits only if I order the group order for it. Sorry, only if I open the group order for like a fan sign. Specifically, will I decide to collect and keep a OT whatever set. Aside from that, I may even just consider not collecting pre-order benefits moving forward. But we really have to see. Like, Pentagon's future is so up in the air right now, so I do want to support them whenever I can. But not at the expense of my own income. So, alright, maybe some OT whatever sets, but only if I open the fan sign for it. So Infinite's in a weird place where I basically just buy one copy per release. Seunghun had like a recent single platform album. I didn't get that. I'm not a fan of platform albums. I love how environmentally friendly they are and how easily collectible they are, but in terms of just displaying, I'm okay with not having them. Astro, I am no longer collecting. I do admit that their Season's Greetings for 2023 looks great. I love the A5 binder concept, but even though I choose to put all of my photocards, or most of my big groups, in A4 binders, I think A5 binders still look really cool, and I just love how I will give credit where credit is due. I love how Fantagio puts a lot of effort into their releases. Moonbin and Sanha are about to have their third mini album come out, and they look great. The teasers look great. There's so much effort put into the production and all the photos and the props and the editing, and I am kind of looking forward to it. I am really commending them because it looks so good. Like, you can really see the fact that they poured a lot of money into it, which you can't say the same about some of my other groups. For Ace, no new stuff is coming out, but for them I'll probably only do like 1 or 2 versions per album and June cards only. These are the groups I don't collect. For golcha, I think it'll be a music first and then see how I like everything else. No Season's Greetings, no fan kits, no regular merch. Like, every time Wool and Mall releases something, I'm just not interested in it, even if it does come with photo cards, because I think I briefly touched upon this before. I have over 700 photo cards, and at this point I think I am a little bit overwhelmed, and that's like a problem for myself. Like, it is completely self-imposed, and mostly because I don't want to drop any of my collections or downsize right now. But music first, maybe only 1 version, depending on how the packaging looks. I received a free Aura Compact, so that is the only reason why I have an Aura Compact. But for this comeback in general, I only purchased 1 photo book version. And even then, like, I got lucky. I got Jaehyun's, and I'm not going to trade for tags because I think it is a blessed pull. And then probably no more pre-order benefits. Like, I need to be more realistic about how many groups I actively follow. And because I stand 3 groups with over, well, let's average it out, with over 8 members active at any given time, Pentagon, sf9, Golden Child, it does get a little overwhelming. So I am putting restrictions upon myself. And then for sf9, it's weird because I don't put into as much effort into the sf9 fandom. Like, I have my friends in the fandom, but I keep my circle small. I don't really interact with other fans if I don't need to. Meanwhile, for Pentagon, I'm active in a lot of different spaces, and I do try to be as friendly to my group order joiners as possible because, like, a lot of us do end up becoming regular personal friends after the fact. But for sf9, I don't, aside from the banner, like, I don't do any fan projects. I don't release any, like, custom merch like I designed for Pentagon. And I don't collect sf9's photo books because, I'll be honest, I think photo books are a cash grab. A lot of the times I'm not even interested in the formatting or the concept itself. Like, my very brief complaint about sf9's latest comeback, which is Puzzle, it hasn't even happened yet. but already I'm like complaining about the teasers. I think the teasers are a little boring. They're so minimalist and super whitewashed. I feel like no effort went into actually editing the photos because they basically just turn the contrast all the way up and the saturation all the way down. So in that sense, it looks exactly the same as one of their, I think their third photo book where they had like a nerd version and then they also had a like businessman version. Looks exactly the same as that. So if you show me like a teaser from their comeback, which they're pouring ideally a lot of money into because that's their main money maker, if you compare that with a photo book teaser and both have the same amount of props, it's just kind of like, man, it's a little underwhelming. So no photo books for SF9. I did buy their season's greetings and their fan kit membership for this year. And I think other merch drops I'm not too interested in. Although, okay, I think merch drops depend on if I like it and if I'm opening a group order. Like, these are their USA tour merch cards, and I only have these because I opened a group order and I ended up spending a lot of my own money buying their items. I'm not collecting these. It just happened that I happened to get a full set. And for, what was I gonna say? Yeah, SF9 also does a lot of trading card packs. That's something that I noticed. So for season's greetings or for fan kits or whenever they just release merch online, like bags or shirts or whatever, they always include like a pack of trading cards. And I think a pack of those cards is like 10 USD maybe after shipping. And there's probably 5 photo cards each. And they always release like 10 photo cards per member. I'm not interested in those trading cards because I know that the value is already inherently low. So there's not much of an appeal for me. And it just tends to be in the same outfits as their photo book / fan kit / member kit already. Album photo cards, I'm not gonna be a completionist. I don't open many group orders for SF9 anyways, and when I do, I still end up spending most of my money out of pocket to try to get into the fan sign. So I think for album photo cards, I will try to complete like one OT whatever. No, I take that back. I will try to collect as many cards as I can without buying them. How about that? Because for Rumination, I didn't buy any of these cards back here. I either traded for them or they are all extras from my group orders. And that is the way I would like to keep it. And then for Wave of 9, the only pre-order benefits I kept were from the group orders I once again opened myself. And in terms of me saying I would not complete OT whatever sets, each version, and there were 2 versions, comes with 6 photo cards. So there are technically 12 photo cards total per version. So that's 24 photo cards total for both versions and for all of the members. So that is 4 photo cards each. I don't want to collect all of that for their future comebacks. So when I say I want to complete a set, I'll just maybe complete like one OT6 or one OT7 set and then call it a day. I don't want all of the cards because that gets overwhelming, and I don't even know how many cards SF9 has for their next comeback. I think there are 2 selfie cards and then 1 concept card. So that's 3 per member already. And there are 3 versions, so that is, at minimum, 9 photo cards per member. And there are 7 of them, so that's 63 photo cards total. Actually, if there are 9 photo cards per member, and I use 9 pocket pages, that actually might look really good. I said I was downsizing. That's okay, we'll see what happens. Let's see how many extras I have for my group orders and how many extras I, just purchase out of pocket myself, because I think that really makes the biggest difference. This is my only OT9 Rumination pre-order benefit set, and I love it. Okay, so this photo card set itself is kind of boring, but because this is the first group order that I ever opened myself for a fan sign and I got in, kind of means a lot to me. So for pre-order benefits, no buying unless they're super cheap. Like, I'm pretty sure I bought these pre-order benefits for less than $4 US each, so I'm like, fine, whatever. That's not a lot. Especially for pre-order benefits, but that just makes reselling them a hassle. So so for sf9, I'll do maybe like one set of an album. So like a set of 6 or a set of 7 photo cards, because then I can fill up these pages or these sides and then just leave these spaces blank. Leave these spaces blank for the photo cards. As you can see, I'm still missing some. But I think that'll be my sf9 plan. Be selective, essentially, and just keep whatever I get from fan signs and fan sign attempts. And see if I can continue trading for older era cards, because I do like their cards from older eras, especially Sensuous. I love those photo cards. I think they look so good. But they're hard to find, and I only trade for sf9 or buy out of pocket for fan sign attempts. So that is everything for me. This video has been going on for 52 minutes. I do want to see if I can try to cut it down whenever I can. And I should have done a favorite photo card of 2022 challenge, but I did not. But it's okay. 2022 was a great year for me in terms of concerts because I saw CIX twice, Golden Child twice, sf9 once, and that was kind of it. I didn't really see any other group outside of those two. But I hope 2023 is better for everyone in terms of their collecting goals and seeing your faves live and in front of you. And I hope you all stay healthy and warm/cool wherever you are. And I hope we all enjoy 2023 to the fullest. I'll see you all next time.